On the streets of Cairo tonight, there is more chaos. Just the latest episode in a week of feverish protests and unchecked violence. The latest development? Security forces have stormed a mosque where dozens of supporters of the ousted president had been holed up. With the crisis getting worse, there are questions about the willingness of the international community to do something about it. We begin with our Washington Bureau Chief Eric Sorensen, and a warning: some of the images in his report may be disturbing.
The new normal in Egypt. Daily protests, then violence. Supporters of the ousted Egyptian president took over a mosque in Cairo overnight. Outside, the military closed in with predictable results. Shooting at positions in the mosque's tall minaret. Then came the tear gas. The military succeeded in clearing the building, but small successes are overshadowed by the persistent confrontations and killings. It is disturbing to watch the man with arms up in front of the tanks shot. Yet it's the terrifying reality for Egyptians. More than 800 have died since Wednesday. The military-backed government is blamed for most of it, but it in turn released pictures of protesters firing on soldiers and police. Many Egyptians support the military effort to bring security to the streets and the democracy they believe President Mohamed Morsi failed to deliver.
We will combat terrorism, not only by security measures, but by the rule of law.
But Islamists are furious, first over the ousting of the democratically elected Morsi, and now over the deadly crackdown.
They don't go to dialogue. They don't go through the politics route. They use tanks and bullets, and this is the only language they speak.
It's left the international community without solutions and deeply worried. Egypt is the backbone of the Arab world, says the Qatari foreign minister. His German counterpart warns of civil war. Washington's response has really satisfied no one. It's blamed by both sides for its actions and inaction. President Obama is trying to straddle the conflict, criticizing the military tactics.
We deplore violence against civilians,
but also the protesters,
and condemn the attacks that we've seen by protesters.
The U.S. wants democracy in Egypt, but continues to supply $1.5 billion a year in military hardware. More than democracy, the U.S. appears to value security, and Egypt is a linchpin to maintain peace in the Middle East.
If we were to cut off aid, we would have no leverage with anybody in Egypt, which is really the strategic nerve center of the Arab world.
For now, confrontations are likely to continue, and the road to a second crack at democracy in Egypt will be slow and painful. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Washington.